Good evening. Thank you so much for joining me during my Friday Night Live. I'm sorry that I am not really live tonight, but I forgot that I won tickets to go see a comedian tonight. My husband reminded me about 36 hours ago, so I did all the Thanksgiving preparation, and then after a nap and a movie, I decided time to get going. So I have used the Penguin Place stamp set and punch tonight, and I know a lot of you have that and love it. And so hopefully you'll just be inspired a little bit more tonight to pull that out. Makes great winter cards and Christmas cards. So you can decide to make it a Christmas card or not tonight. Penguin Place makes a fun little Christmas card. You can see it has a be cool, be chill, be merry, and a season's greetings sentiment, but it also goes far beyond that, especially if you live in a snowy climate and like to send snow-themed cards. I live in Wells, Maine. I don't currently have snow yet, but I know it's coming. And then I can use it for a friend because I have the it's like a little except a lot that goes with I like you a lot'll. Or I have the to the coolest friend ever. I have lots of thanks, and I have happy birthday. So it is not just for Christmas. I'm going to bring in a piece of Orchid Oasis cardstock. This is such a beautiful color. It's kind of got a periwinkle look to it. It's not quite periwinkle, but it's really beautiful. It is one of our current in colors, the 2022 to 2024 collection. I'm going to cut this at 5.5 by 4.25, which is the measurement of a standard card base, but it's not a card base. It is just a layer. We're making a fun fold tonight. I will cut from a piece of basic white. I'm going to cut a strip that is 3.25 inches wide and 11 inches long. I'm going to score that at 5.5. It's almost like a little skinny mini card. Okay, those are the two pieces of card that we're going to have, and this is what it's going to do. We're going to adhere it there, and then it'll open like so. I want to put a little interest on the back of this card. And you can see that it only shows the edges here. So I'll keep that in mind. In the Penguin Place set, there's this snowflakey kind of, or I guess stars, either one, image. I'm going to take that and use my Orchid Oasis ink to do some tone-on-tone stamping. This pad is very juicy. Notice I am varying how I place my stamp because I don't want it to be a perceived pattern that people are seeing. See how inky my pad is? And I clearly do not stamp just straight up and down. All right, so there is my card base. I'm just going to clean my stamp so that I don't get ink everywhere. I already have a little bit. You can see my fingers are in rough shape. All right. Now I'm going to bring in the little hat image right there and the little bow tie image. So here is my hat already mounted. I'm going to take a piece of Orchid Oasis again. This is just a scrap. I'm going to stamp my hat there. Now I've got a little trick when you're cutting that out that will be helpful, I think. And now I need the little bow tie from the stamp set. Let me put my hat back and grab my little bow tie. You want to try to find the smallest block possible. That will help you try to stop from catching an edge. So there we go. Did I want to do that, or did I want to do it on white? I think I wanted to do it on white. Oh well, no, never mind. We'll just keep it like it is. I'm going to cut these out. For the bow tie, I'm going to cut pretty close to everything, to the image itself. I don't want to leave much of a border, just a little bit. If you cut it on white, it'll also, blend in with the background a little bit more. This will probably give a little bit more dimension though to the bow tie. And now when I'm cutting out the hat, to attach the hat to the penguin, I could glue it on top of the penguin, but I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to glue it behind, or just a portion of it behind anyway. Cut this out. I just want to cut this in a little bit. And so now I have a little piece to add my glue right there. All right, let's clean this up and move on to the next part. I wanted to take this opportunity to remind you that I am having a special sale right now. This is only through me. It is a thank you sale of sorts. It's my own version of Black Friday, and it runs from this past Wednesday through Sunday only. And it is a buy four, get one on cardstock, envelopes, adhesives, and designer series paper. So it's the basics. If you want to stock up on some basics or get some favorites stockpiled for the winter, then now is a great time to do it, because most of these things rarely go on sale. Occasionally the designer series paper does go on sale, but cardstock, envelopes, adhesive, I don't know that I've really ever seen them on sale. So now's a good time to stock up. To take advantage of that, you must email me your order, stamperhood@gmail.com, so that I can get you that free product as well. Otherwise, if you're ordering on my online store, there's no way to add it because this is a special just through me. Remember, Sunday at 11:59 p.m. is your deadline. I'm going to bring in my Penguin Builder Punch. And so this bigger piece is the black part of the penguin. This smaller piece is the white bib and face. And then of course we have a little flipper. Because I want to cut the big one out of black, I'm going to slide my cardstock in from the side that has that one I want to punch. That just allows me not to waste much cardstock. Because if I had put the whole thing in, then I get this one that's black and I don't need that one. For the white, I'm going to do the same thing, just from the other side. And that one's not large enough. Let me take a wider strip. These are all just scraps that I have. I'm going to put that in there. And you can see I'm just punching out that with very little waste. And the flipper, same thing. You can just, here's a flipper, and here's another flipper. Very little waste. Before I mount the white piece on the black, I want to do my stamping first. That way, if I make a mistake, I can flip it over and not have to repunch. I'm going to pull the eyes out of here, and the eyes are attached together, so they're spaced just how they should be when you stamp them. I'm going to pull in my Memento Tuxedo Black ink. And put them right up there. There's his eyes. Now I do find that sometimes I'm not balanced. One eye is bigger than the other, which is actually true for me as well. There we go, that's better. So see what I mean by being able to flip it over? Just put equal pressure on both sides and the eyes will be the same size. And I do want to also put the beak on there, and I'm going to match the beak to the flippers. I'm going to bring in my pumpkin pie pad and get the little beak. There are two beaks in this set. One that points to the side, that's for this penguin, and then one that points down, and that's for this penguin. Using the one that points down. Now these are such little teeny tiny pieces that I want to put those back as soon as I've used them so I don't lose them. I would never find these little tiny ones if I dropped them or left them on my desk for very long. There we go. There's his little beak. And as soon as we put him on the base, you're going to see him come alive. And look at how all of a sudden he comes alive. That's good right there. I found that the easiest way to put his feet on are to just put a couple little drops of the glue down there at the bottom. I'm going to pick up his feet with my Take Your Pick tool. And I have them hanging down just a little bit. So he's sitting down with his feet sticking up. All right, one other thing that we need to do, and here's a little trick. I find that if you pick it up first, oops, I already put the cover back on. Then you apply just a little bit of glue. Then it's easier to put his little tie on. Let's straighten it out a little bit. There we go. Look how dapper he is. Now we're going to put just a little bit of glue on right here. And I'm not even going to put it on straight. I'm going to put it like a little chapeau, hanging off the side a little bit. And there we go. All right, so the hard work is done on this card. I'm going to bring in this little bit of a card front. I'm going to score it or burnish it so it lays a little bit flatter. I'm going to bring in a blending brush, and I have some exciting news. I can't remember if I've told you or not. In the new mini catalog that's coming out, these brushes are there, but the little ones are there too, so they've got a smaller head on them. And there's also going to be a brush holder. How awesome is that? I'm going to bring in just a piece of scrap paper to get the first inking off a little bit. Then I'm going to just add some ink under here. And how much you add is totally up to you, but you want to start light and then keep adding as you wish. It's mostly a circular motion that I'm using. And I'm not touching down here. Okay. I'm going to bring in these wonderful snowflakes. These will be going away, as will Penguin Place, with the retirement of the catalog. This snowflake is going to go right there. Now on these snowflakes, there's one side that's got an iridescent quality to them, and then one side that is just a flat white. I'm going to put the iridescent side out. And let's see how I want that. I'm going to put our little penguin off just to the side, a little bit of that. We will pop him up on dimensions too. I just wanted to get placement, but do you see how having that little bit of color in the background makes that all pop? That's what we were going for. I'm gonna add just a little bit of glue to my snowflake back, just the center. By the way, that is the shape of a dimensional, so if you ever wanted to pop up this using a dimensional, it's perfect for it. There we go, something like that. I'm gonna pop my penguin up also on a dimensional. Let's see, that's my small dimensionals. Where's my large ones? Right here. Just add one right there, and add one right here. There he goes, right there. Now we just need a sentiment, and let's see. I think I'm going to make this a bit of a birthday card, so I'm going to be using "To the Coolest Friend Ever." And that's simply because I'm kind of over Christmas cards right now. I've made mine. I just need to send mine. Put this right down here. To the coolest friend ever. And now all I have to do is attach that right here. Now I can see that my card was not exactly perfectly lined up when it folded, so I'm gonna just make the edges match up and reburnish. Let's go ahead and use some of my glue to put that down. Probably could have stood to stamp the inside first, but we're committed now anyway. If we make a mistake on the inside, we'll just have to do some layering. But here's the outside. How cute is that? Oh, you know, it needs a little bit of stuff. Let's bring in these iridescent rhinestone basic jewels. Let's put some of these on here. Let's go one right there. And these pick up a number of different colors. Let's see, where do I want to put this one? I think I want to put a couple more actually. I'm going to go a little bit crazier on this one. I'm going to do, instead of 3, I'm going to do 5. Let's put 2 up near there. And let's put one right here. Okay, so we've just got a bunch of shine going on in the front. There we go. Now for the inside, what are we going to do for the inside? Well, it's to the coolest friend ever. I'm going to stamp happy birthday for sure. And we'll keep in this same vein and use the Orchid Oasis ink pad. There we go. And I think we will get those snowflakes back out and stamp some snowflakes. But I don't want my snowflakes to be quite as intense. It shouldn't be the same depth as my happy birthday, so I'll stamp off. And I can do it a couple times here. There we go. Happy birthday. And then I can write a little note. If you wanted to stamp the penguin, you could. You could stamp a little present. There's a little present in here. Oh, why not? Let's just stamp the present while we're here, huh? Let's see. Get my little block out. And stamp a present down here in the bottom. And that is our card. All we have to do is stamp the envelope and we're good to go. I just happen to have an envelope. Let's go ahead and just stamp the snowflakes down the side. Again, varying it a little bit so that there's no perceived pattern. There we go. A nicely coordinated birthday card, perfect for winter. Don't forget, this Sunday is the next installment of my 12 Sundays of Christmas series. We'll be creating a little place setting for maybe a holiday dinner or just a little giveaway to give to someone who looks like they could use some holiday cheer. Or just cheer in general. It doesn't necessarily have to be specific to the holiday. All you have to do is change up a greeting. I hope you'll join me on my YouTube channel at 2 p.m. on Sunday. See you then.